Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be doing what do you need to know right now, and it's going to be really personal because we're going to cover separate topics as well. We're going to cover love, career and general manifestations. So we also have 4 different piles here, so you guys can choose a different pile. I'm going to put the piles up on the screen. So starting from this side, we have 4 different sets here as well. I'm going to show you the sets as well on the screen, but we also have crystals as well. So you can choose by the crystal or you can choose by the type of deck. So we have group number 1 with Libyan gold tektite, group number 2 with amethyst, group 3 with the quartz, and group 4 with the citrine. So we're also going to look into your career, your love life and general manifestations as well. So it's going to be a long reading, so please get comfy and let's get started. So start with group number 1 with the Crystal Grid Oracle. Hello group number 1, let's get started with your reading. So you guys got the Crystal Grid Oracle. I love this deck because you can basically put it together like a grid. It's very cool. So you guys also chose the Libyan gold tektite crystal. So we're going to read this and we're going to see what this is all about. So hold Libyan gold tektite or this card at your will center just above your navel and set some goals. Seriously, make a list, then call on the fiery beyond ancient energy of this stone to help you break through the burning desire to binge watch the day away. When your get up and go has ghosted you, banish your blahs. So this crystal is all about your solar plexus. It's very similar to citrine. It's very similar to citrine and tiger's eye as well. It's basically like a combination. So we're going to see what other crystals we're going to pull out as well. But for you guys, these are all crystal oracles as well. So if you guys want to choose a different crystal deck, then they are going to be in the different groups. So for this group, as I say, you guys chose the Crystal Grid Oracle. So we're going to pull some cards for you guys, and then we're going to have into love, career and manifestations. And if you guys want to look at different sections, all the timestamps will be down below. If you want to look into love or you want to look into career, they're all down below. So Libyan gold tektite, the fact that we have this card that's come out, I really feel like for you guys it's all about your willpower. It's all about you guys putting yourself first, and it's all about you guys kind of bringing in some really lovely confidence into your life. So because this is all about your solar plexus is your willpower. It's very much about you guys, as I say, putting yourself first. It's all about you guys really looking after yourself and really figuring out what feels right for you and not worrying about what everybody else thinks. And because, you know, a lot of us in this spiritual community, we're empaths, we always think about other people. It's really important for us to focus on ourselves right now, okay? So we're going to have a look into your general manifestations first, and we're going to see what you need to know right now. So okay, so let's have a look at what you need to know right now first. So we have the pink halite, self-love, replenish and cherish. So this is all about your self-love towards yourself. It's all about your highest good and things like that. We then have amethyst, protection, trust and intuition. I love that one. And then we also have blue lace agate. So the fact that you guys got basically most of the chakras, we have the heart chakra, the solar plexus, the crown and the throat chakra. This is showing me that you guys are really having a massive transformation around who you are and setting a lot of really beautiful boundaries. I feel like what you need to know right now is that you're doing a really good job, and that you don't need to kind of get confirmation from anyone that you're doing a good job. Get it from me, because I'm doing the reading right now, but there is a massive confirmation around that you're doing a really good job. And I feel like you guys have been really hard on yourself. I feel like you've been really down, and I also feel like you guys have really been suffering and kind of just feeling very uncomfortable in your body, which is really normal because a lot of that astrological change is going on right now, and there's a lot of this sense of I need to kind of find what really suits me. So with amethyst, this is all about trusting your intuition. Amethyst promotes emotional, physical and spiritual tranquility, and it creates harmony. So I really feel like, that's clarification, I feel like you guys are really being asked to listen to your intuition. I feel like a lot of you guys don't trust your intuition, don't really trust your innate guidance. And I feel like when you get some sort of intuitive hit, I feel like it's really being asked, it's really asking you to listen to it and to take your time with it. Because a lot of the time when we're rushing, it's actually a chance for us to we need to slow down. That's basically what it's asking us. We need to slow down. And I feel like it's kind of getting you to trust each individual step, even if you're feeling very stuck or things are feeling like I have no idea what's going on. It is basically asking you to trust yourself. So we then have pink halite, which is all about self-love. This is honouring the version of yourself and trusting that you'll make decisions for your highest good. Pink halite is a natural form of the mineral salt known to cleanse toxins from the aura and replenishes one's energy field. So here we have Aquarius Pisces, Gemini Pisces and Cancer Pisces. First of all, you could be a Pisces, you could be a Cancer or an Aquarius. You could also have an Aquarius, Gemini or Cancer coming towards you. And I also feel like there's a sense of like new beginnings as well. There's a massive new beginning coming towards you. And I feel like because it's all about you guys worrying about what other people will think of you, I feel like you're trying to get into your energy, like trying to get into your zone. And things that I'd recommend is to really like sage yourself or kind of get some grounding crystals like copper or black tourmaline, because those sort of crystals are very, very good at grounding you, and they're all available at my crystal shop if you're interested as well. Of course, you don't have to buy them from me, but they are there if you want them. And I feel like there's a massive fear of judgment here. And it's interesting because I got really drawn to put on my blue lace agate bracelet today. Blue lace agate is really good for your throat chakra. It allows you to speak your truth. And if you guys suffer with like coughs or thyroid issues or anything to do with your throat, the crystal of blue lace agate is really, really good for that. And it's really good at supporting you and kind of like nurturing your energy. It's a very nurturing crystal. It's very much that Cancer energy and the Gemini energy, very kind of soft. I also feel like because we have Gemini here, it's all about you finding your identity. A lot of you guys have kind of felt really confused about who you are. And this is because you're going through a transformation. So you might not actually know who you are right now. And that's okay. You know, we don't actually have to know ourselves completely all the time. It's really just about taking one step at a time and making sure you're looking after yourself in each individual time. Okay, so let's get some more cards. Okay, so let's get you some cards for what else you need to know. So we have Higher Perspective. I love that card. We have the Explorer. We have Speak Truth, Versatility, and Withdraw. I love this card. I want you guys to see that. Isn't that so gorgeous? Hopefully you can see that. So as you can see, it's like a fox, and it's kind of like, well, it's withdrawing. It's very kind of in its own energy. It's in hermit mode. So the fact that we have this card is very much about you guys focusing on yourself. And I feel like what's happening is you're trying to force yourself out of a situation or trying to force yourself into a situation that's not meant to happen yet. I feel like a lot of you guys want to really start something, but it's just not the right timing. And I think it's because you guys just want that sense of control, which I feel like is completely normal. You know, there's nothing wrong with that. But I do feel as if there's this massive kind of pushing. It's almost like you've got a massive wall in front of you and you're trying to get somewhere, but things are being forced away from you. And it's because it's literally not the right time. And also, it might just not be the right thing for you right now. It might be that you don't need that right now. Maybe it's like, I really want to start something or I want to start a project. And it's like, maybe you just need to relax. Maybe you need to do some exercise and kind of chill out and do something for you. Maybe it's not about work, or maybe it's not about your projects. Maybe it's just all about you. And I'm picking up on this sensitivity around your aura. So I feel like your aura is very sensitive at the moment. And I feel like this is going around at the moment because there's so much kind of change going on with the world. So because we have the Higher Perspective and the Explorer, we have this Explorer card where we have the heart at the bottom and the eye at the top. So this is all about you guys kind of being asked to tune into your heart and really ask yourself to tune into your higher perspective in terms of like, is there anything that you want to do in terms of looking after yourself? Is there any more kind of self-love rituals that you can bring in? Is there any kind of like journaling or speaking to yourself more out loud? Because sometimes, especially if you're living on your own, it actually can be really helpful to speak to yourself out loud, because it's very, very cleansing to speak out loud, to really clear what's on your mind, because there's a sense of like not being scared or being shameful for doing that. So we have this versatility and withdraw, and I feel like this is all about you guys being different than a lot of people, and there's a massive kind of empowering energy around that, but also being really kind to yourself, that if you do feel a little bit uncomfortable, it's just to be really kind to yourself within this process. And we do have Speak Truth. I feel like a lot of you guys are going to get really clear on your boundaries. You're going to talk to some people and really clear the air. I am seeing a lot of you guys, if you're a female, I see you making another female friend, or if you are a feminine or a female, make another feminine or female friend, because you can get men who are very feminine as well. I just see this like massive feminine nurturing energy around you, and I feel like that's coming in, and I feel like you've been really lacking that recently, and it might be because you've had to pull away from family or friends who really don't have the same perspectives as you. But this is all about you guys kind of exploring and doing different things, especially if even if it's just like little small things, like walking somewhere different or eating something different. You know, it's all about you kind of like getting out your comfort zone, even if it's just like little things. And this speak truth is really important. I feel like somebody's going to come up to you and speak their truth. So let's have a look at first of all, your manifestations. Let's have a look at that and let's see what's going on there. Okay, so let's have a look at your manifestations. Let's see what you guys are manifesting. Then we'll have a look into love and career. So let's have a look at your manifestations. So manifestations, we have value, beautiful, the second house. We have service, sixth house. We have earth, terror. We have the solar eclipse. And then we have waning gibbous. Okie dokie. So I feel like for you guys, the main manifestation that's coming in for you is the fact that you guys have put in a lot of effort to do with your health and yourself and your wealth. So it's like, it's all about your self. Kind of, it's really hard to explain. It's kind of like basically you've been putting a lot of work into your emotions and it's coming back to you tenfold. So the main manifestation I'm seeing for you guys is money and health and wealth. So health, wealth and self. They keep repeating that to me. So because we have the second house and the sixth house. The second house is about what we value. It's ruled by Taurus. So I feel like for you guys, you could have been working on something for quite a long time or wanting to manifest something for quite a long time and it hasn't manifested yet. Basically, the reason why maybe it hasn't manifested right now is because one, maybe it's not the right timing, but two, it might be because you're not in a stable place to receive it yet. It might be because you have to work on something else to manifest it. So I feel like with the service, it's all about you guys literally servicing yourselves, kind of like having an MOT or like DIYing your body. It's kind of like instead of having an MOT on your car, like having, like, if you guys don't know what an MOT is, I don't know if it's the same in every country, but in England we have an MOT where we basically bring the car into the garage to get it serviced. So you like check up on the wheels and the brakes and everything like that. That's basically what's happening for you. You're being tweaked. So the reason why things haven't manifested right now is because you're learning to like come back to your authentic self and you're being tweaked. So we then have earth and we have solar eclipse. You're learning to listen to your body and you're learning to get comfortable with who you are. And I feel like what's really good for you is to get out in nature more and get out in different types of nature. So the beach, the woods, things like that, because this is going to help you manifest so much more for you. And Uranus is underneath the deck, is very much about you guys having a random stroke of luck, essentially. And we have Uranus and we have the moon. So the more you're focusing on your emotional self, you might think it's not actually doing anything, but the main manifestation is literally like you are going to manifest so much more than what you thought you had. And I feel like it's because you've been putting in so much work and not really getting much results. There's going to be a massive windfall of abundance coming to you, whatever that is for you. So whatever your manifestation is, I do feel like it is on its way. And it's because you've been putting in all this emotional work. And you might think, well, I've been putting it in for so many years, like why hasn't it manifested yet? And it's because you guys have needed to get to a certain level of perspective and a certain level of awareness for you to actually manifest this. And also because we have value, it's what you value. So you might not have valued this actual manifestation before it would have come. So say if you really want a relationship, it might be that 3 years ago you wanted it and you've been wanting it for 3 years so far. It might be that that relationship comes in and it might be the right one for you now, but it wouldn't have been the right one for you 3 years ago, if that makes sense. So that's kind of like the main thing I'm feeling. It kind of feels like a lot of money's coming towards you as well. I feel like you got to get really clear on your career. I feel like for a lot of you guys, if you can, try to focus or work towards a career that you actually really, really want. And this can be in like doing a 9-to-5 job for a while if you don't want to do that, and then having a job on the side and doing like projects to the side. I feel like if you can't do that, maybe try to minimize your hours if you can, to try to work on a second project. Because I feel like what's happening is you're getting really stagnant. I'm picking up on this, like time out. I'm picking up on like stagnancy around like getting things done and getting to be who you actually really want to be. Okay, so the next thing is love. So let's have a look at that. So with love, let's get you some tarot and let's see what anything to do with love coming out. And this can be singles, relationships, situationships, breakups, or, you know, in the middle of a break, things like that. Let's see what there is coming in for, as this is like more of a general overall reading. Okay, so you guys have some really good, wow, you got some really good cards. So we have the Nine of Pentacles in the reverse. You guys, yeah, this is in the reverse. So a lot of you guys have been feeling really uncomfortable in your relationships. Pretty much all of them. So friendships, family, partnerships, co-workers, just like really confused on where you stand with them. I think it might be for a lot of you, you're kind of figuring out who you are in relationships. And it might be, it's just really affecting all your relationships you're having because you're learning to kind of come to grips with who you actually are. So we have the Emperor and the Fool. I love this. So for a lot of you guys, you're actually going to manifest a fire sign coming towards you. If you're single, massive fire sign energy. I feel like it's because you guys are getting really clear on your boundaries. So a lot of people, or nobody really, is like stepping over your boundaries, and you're getting really clear on who you are. So people aren't going to be like, oh, poke at you, make fun of you, things like that. It's going to be like, no, none of that narcissistic behaviour. It's going to be really, really adult and lovely. So we then have the Knight of Cups with the Knight of Wands. So the fact that we have both knights is basically like you're starting something new. So for those of you who are single, I do feel as if there's a sense of, I'm just getting to learning how to be in a relationship with somebody, or how to be in a connection with somebody. And if it isn't a romantic connection, I've got a ringing in my left ear. If some of you guys, I'm picking up on a granddad in spirit. So if you are wanting to connect with a granddad, they're coming through. I'm picking up for you guys, there's a person coming towards you and you're learning how to love them. So it could be an old relationship coming back from the past, a new person, it could be a friendship. I'm just picking up on learning to love again. I'm hearing the song, To Love Again. So, yeah, that one. I hope you know what I mean. I can't do it because I'll get copyrighted. Those of you in a relationship, same thing, just learning how to love more, learning how to be more vulnerable, learning how to express yourself, learning how to transform in a relationship, but also learning to have a kind of overall mature approach to relationships. And I feel like you're really learning how to do that. I'm picking up on sand for some reason. I'm picking up on like sand through my fingers, something like that. And I'm picking up on the song Slipping Through My Fingers. That's the right title. It's from Mamma Mia. Picking up on that as well. So we then have the Chariot and the King of Swords. There is somebody who wants to come in. I do feel that. But a lot of you guys, you're getting away from manipulative behaviour from people who have been cutting you like a knife. Like literally like been poking and prodding at you, and have been making you feel really crappy about yourself. You're letting go of that, and you're now learning to push yourself forward, and really you're actually just cutting through the bullshit. Basically, you're literally like not letting people screw you over basically, and you're learning to really step into your boundaries. And if you've really been feeling very single for a very long time, just kind of really fed up with it, this is just a really big confirmation that one, like you're doing a really good job, guys, like you really are. And for those of you just in a complicated relationship situation, you're also doing a really good job. Those of you who are especially single though, I feel like it's been really hard for you on your self-esteem. And this is just a confirmation that there is someone being formed, especially even if they're not coming through right now. I do feel like they are on their way. They really are. And it's because they're learning to transform themselves. That's why they've taken a while. And we have the King of Swords as well. You're learning to speak your truth in relationships as well. And learning to kind of communicate really really more comfortably without kind of dealing with anxiety around conflict. So let's have a look at career. Let's see what's happening to you guys in your career. And let's see, group number one with their career, please. Group number one with their career, please. Some of you guys are singers. I feel the need to like sing. Ooh, Queen of Cups. Oh, she's pretty. I love that blue. That's gorgeous. Yes, yes, Queen, yes. Some of you guys need to have some fun. King of Swords. Somebody's interested in you. This is funny because I've literally, this is a career reading, not the love section, but somebody's definitely interested in you. I like that. That's for some of you guys. This was like a love reading. That's crazy. Some of you guys are going to meet your person at work then. Oops, hold on, what's that, guys? Oh my god, this is so far away. Some of you guys feel like your love life and your career is so far away. Yeah, and we have the Hangman, which makes so much sense. Like you've really been waiting. I'm hearing the song Waiting on the World to Change, which that makes a lot of sense. Because a lot of you guys just want a career where you feel really comfortable and not have to kill yourself over a job, which you shouldn't have to anyway. Like we're literally born on this planet and then we have to work. That doesn't make any sense. Like, I don't even know. Okay, so Page of Cups. You're learning to guide yourself through your emotions, guide yourself with your emotions towards something that really, really suits you. I feel as if I'm hearing no more compromising. I feel like you guys are wanting to find a career that really works for you. And with this Two of Cups, I feel like there's a job that's waiting for you. You just got to take it. So for those of you who are really wanting a new career, I am seeing that happening, but you do have to make the moves. You do have to find something that really works for you, or at least know your type of lifestyle. So say if you want to work for somebody else, but you want to work like freely, try to work towards that in a way. So try to go towards your interests that have that in mind. So say if you want to work in more like a graphic designer, approach companies that are to do with graphic design. Or if you want to work for yourself as a graphic designer, it could be that you need to buy yourself a tablet. You need to work towards earning money to buy yourself that tablet. It's literally just doing lots of different steps to work towards your goal, because I'm hearing you're not going to, just bluntly, like you're not going to get there unless you actually make the moves towards it. Even if it's only one small thing, even if it's like waking up at a certain time every day to get yourself more motivated if you're kind of unemployed, that will really help, because I feel like there's a need for you to focus on one thing at a time and not to stress yourself out. I'm also picking up those of you who have children. Just support yourself in any way you can. Remember, you know, you are as important as your children as well. So try to support yourself emotionally within this process. And remember that if you're working towards something that you really want to do, remember this societal world is not built for people to basically have fun. We're built to pay for having fun, like going to the pub or going to restaurants, but it's not for free. Everything has like a terms and conditions. So remember that everything isn't super easy right now. So just be really kind to yourself and know that it is going to work out for the best. I also feel like listen to your girlfriends, or talk to your girlfriends or people that you trust to get a bit of advice and ask what sort of thing you'd want to do. But I feel like you genuinely know what you want to do if you don't already know already. Those of you who are already in a really good position in career, I just feel like keep hanging on in there. Something's meant to come up for you, and I feel like you've been waiting for it for quite a long time. Okay, so thank you so much for watching group number 1. I really hope you enjoyed this. If you looked at the love, manifestation or career or just general energy, then that's great. I really hope this resonated with you. If it did, please let me know. I love and appreciate all of you guys. You're amazing. Thank you so much. Private reading rates, as usual, are down below along with my crystal shop. I hope you have a lovely day. Namaste, and I will speak to you very soon. Bye. Hello group number 2, thank you so much for being here. Let's get started with your reading. So you guys chose the beautiful amethyst, and you guys chose this deck right here. Okay, I will try and link all the decks down below. I will do my best. So we're going to look into what you need to know right now, your manifestations, love and career. So we're going to do what you need to know right now, and then all the timestamps will be down below for each individual topic. So let's get started. So we have the amethyst card. I love amethyst. It's such a lovely crystal. So I highly recommend this for any Pisces. It says on the back here as well. And I also feel like for you guys, this is going to really uplift your space. This is really going to allow you to feel like you're more flow with life. And I was being really, really drawn to my amethyst ring today. I sell amethyst rings on my crystal shop. So if you guys are ever interested, I also I also sell amethyst clusters as well. If you are interested, they literally look like the one on this card. Okay, so for this group, I feel like you guys are learning to be drawn to things naturally. I think that's something you guys really need to know right now. Is the main thing you are kind of working towards is what you are being drawn to naturally. So I feel like you need to stop putting pressure on yourself to try to achieve everything at once. A lot of you guys have a lot of strong Aries placements as well, and you're very, 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 very determined. I'm hearing determination, courage, forward movement. It feels very stressful though. It feels like you're really stressing yourself out. So amethyst is a really good one for those who have fiery placements as well. Fire and water. I mean, all the signs really, but mainly fire, air and water, because you guys are the psychics and the movers and the groovers. Earth signs are more of the stable, and I feel like amethyst can help all signs, but in particular you guys, because amethyst kind of gives you a confidence to tune into intuition, but also give you a lot of grounding with it as well. So if you guys want to do any intuitive kind of sessions with yourself, like tarot or anything like that, I'm hearing guiding people, this is a really good crystal to have. Even if you guys are like a therapist or want to be a therapist or holistic. I know a lot of people, especially in my private readings, I've come across people who want to work in holistic medicine. This one is a very good crystal to use. I also feel like It says, when it's time to give up the victim routine and start living with purpose, hold on tight to amethyst, get drunk on your higher self. This is really fun. I really like this crystal. It's kind of giving you like permission, quote unquote, to kind of do what you want to do. And I feel like we really restrict ourselves because we've been taught that, especially through education. We're taught to be restricted. Like we're taught like, when is our break time? When is our first lesson? When is our next lesson? And we're taught crappy things that have nothing to do with like what we're actually doing when we're older, like driving, having babies. We're never taught any of that stuff. So of course life is going to be confusing. They want us to be confused. So rant over. I literally start ranting every time I do these sort of readings. I just feel like it's really time for you to kind of give yourself ask the universe first, or whoever you kind of, you know, believe in, whether it's Jesus, the Lord, God, you know, it could be your angels. There could be a specific angel you're really connected to. I'm picking up on Archangel Michael, and there's someone like Japhael, something like that. I feel like there's a need for you to ask your guides to give you a bit of help, because I feel like, but also when you do this, you need to kind of tune into your intuition as well. So it's kind of a half-half relationship. So 50% you need to put in your intuitive energy into it. So have a little time every day or every other day where you are in nature by yourself, or you are sitting on the floor with a candle or something and just chilling, and just really listen to whatever guidance comes through. Maybe ask a question like, what should I do in my career, or what should I do about, I don't know, next week, or whatever's going on. I feel like there's a need for you to connect to your intuition in that way. So let's get you a couple more cards, and then we're going to have a look into love, career and manifestations. We'll probably have a look at manifestations first, and then we'll have a look into love and career. So we have Condensite, that actually came out today, which is really interesting. And then we have Jet, that came out earlier today, but I didn't feel the need to kind of include it in the reading. So it's obviously meant to be, it's meant to be Road Knight. I love Road Knight. Road Knight's a really like interesting one, because if you've been dealing with a lot of heartbreak, it really opens you up. So sometimes it's not so good, but it also is good if you need a bit of like a boost. So we then have Apophyllite. This one is really good. This is underneath the deck. This is asking you to really get clear on your intuition. I have some Apophyllite. I don't know if I have it here yet. Apophyllite is really, really beautiful. It's very similar to clear quartz. It's so high vibing. Like, it's amazing for Aquarians and Pisces and Sagittarius. It's because you guys are my little alien babies, my little starseed babies. You guys love aliens and things like that, if that's something you attune to, because I feel like that's coming through really strongly. So okay, so the first one we have is Condensite. So this is for therapists, psychics, healers. Literally, that's so amazing. A lot of you guys are being told to be a psychic or a healer or a therapist. A lot of you guys need to do that. There's a massive healing wound that you need to focus on. Healing your wound, healing the part of you that suffers with helping other people but not helping yourself. I think there's a need for you to really step into your healing abilities. I think you guys are very big healers, and there's a real big need for you to focus on that as well. I think I'm hearing focus on your differences, focus on how different you are to other people. What can you bring to this world? What makes you so amazing? And not even about your career, like remove the money aspect to it. What do you actually really want to do in this lifetime? And if you're not really doing it right now, is there anything you can do to move towards it? And Condensite is all about your throat chakra as well. We have that blue energy. When it's time to speak clearly and straight from the heart. I didn't actually see that bit as well. When you want to get weird, ask Condensite to make you a conduit for messages, mysterious and eternal. Expand your consciousness. This is really lovely. That's amazing. Wherever you translate inspiration from the written or spoken words, some of you guys could be writers, poets, storytellers. You guys could be just really good storytellers. You're thinking, how can that be a career? But it can be. Like, you could literally like write a novel. You could write a TV show. You know, you just never know. So remember that your natural abilities come from your soul. Like, everyone has a natural ability, and I feel like you're really underestimating how amazing you are. Because remember, you're on this planet, like, watching this video. Like, this is like a rare occasion. You know, not everyone is meant to be a human. So this is really like an amazing opportunity for you to grab it and just go for it, you know. Also, I'm hearing if you need to take a break as well and just cleanse yourself, that can be really good if you've been overdoing it. Remember, cleansing can also be as equally as important as doing the work. Okay, so we have Jet. When asking for guidance from elsewhere, think seance, guided meditation, hardcore tarot session. Jet can take off of high vibe stones with like moldavite and serpentine, and is a wise old friend to bring as your +1 wherever your triggers are, sure to be your guest on the guest list for empaths and witchy types. To clear a physical space or your body of uninvited vibes, swipe Jet over the affected area and tell toxic energies, spirits and tensions to peace out. Jet is amazing. I'm not sure if I have this on my shop, but if you guys ever need it, then I will get that for you. I have a lot of black onyx on my shop though. Jet is amazing. Jet is really, really good. It actually looks a bit similar to hematite, but it's a much more blacker crystal rather than more like silver. This is really good at taking away the edge around any kind of overstimulation that you have going on. If you're indoors a lot and you're working from home, this can be a really good crystal to put in your computer, so you can kind of take away a lot of those EMF waves and Wi-Fi. Black tourmaline is also really good for that too. I'm also just picking up like a massive sense of like needing to create a purpose for your life. Remember, purpose comes from different versions of life. It doesn't have to be from a career. It can be from family, or it can be from a relationship. And if you don't have any of those things right now, remember that if you really want them, they'll come to you, because you're meant to have them in this lifetime. Rhodonite, girl. Okay, rhodonite is really good at it helps you with your heart chakra. Okay, so rhodonite actually serves in my shop. It's really good for your heart and your root chakra. It helps you stay grounded in relationships and helps you to affirm what your needs are. I'll show you guys what rhodonite looks like. I sell these in my shop. They're amazing. I love rhodonite. It's just such a gorgeous crystal. It's like a lovely weight as well. Of course, I'm not saying this to sell it to you guys, but honestly, I sell these things because I use them myself and I think they're amazing. Okay, so we have rhodonite. When to use it: when that cubicle life has got you down. These are so accurate. I feel like these are really kind of all coming together. When it's time to drop the people-pleasing facade and start doing something that really lights you up. When you're ready to use your real unique powers to actually make this rapidly spinning planet a more beautiful place. Oh, I love that. How cute. Go with your heart. A lot of you guys are buying a animal as well, like a dog or something, to kind of give you a bit more purpose or to give you a little bit more company. Or you might be buying another dog for your dog, like brother and sister kind of thing, to have more of a company for your dog if you're going out working or whatever. Who needs it? Potential wasters, those deeply sighing, I hate my job types, Sagittarians. So if you guys are Sagittarius, that's really good for you too. Okay, so let's get you some more cards and then we'll have a look into your manifestation. So let's start off with what you need to know right now, and then we'll have a look and see what else. Okay, oh, the fact we have the Creator, that is amazing. You guys are really creating your like, you just, oh, I love this. I can't even explain how amazing this is. So we have fate. So first of all, natural timing is at play. I try to stop myself from saying divine timing because it's so overused. So natural organic timing. So we have the fate card. So this card is all about you guys putting yourself first. This is about you guys stepping into natural flow of life and just taking things one step at a time. Okay, there's no hurry, there's no rush. Just do what you need to do, okay? And get support where you need it. Ask for help if you need it. We have the Revolutionary, we have the Creator, and we have the Alchemist. These are pretty much all the same card, just in different guises. So the Alchemist, Revolutionary, and the Creator, all about you putting yourself in the driver's seat. All about you guys taking responsibility for the things that you want to do, the things that you haven't done, and the things that you're going to do. So basically, it's all about you guys taking responsibility for your emotions. Any emotion that you feel, you're using that, and you're using it to get closer to people. You're using it to get closer to yourself. And this is all about you guys making magic out of thin air. So getting really, really creative. And remembering that if you really want to do something, like it feels in your heart and soul that you're so passionate about it, there is no reason that you're not going to be able to do it. And the Revolutionary is all about you guys stepping forward. So a lot of you guys might be the sort of people who go to riots and not riots, protests. That's not the right word. Protest. You might be someone who goes to protest, or you might be more of a silent protester where you kind of send out energy instead. It's all about what works for you, and stop pushing yourself into a box that's not meant to be there. Stop pushing yourself into a box for other people, or trying to make yourself be like somebody else. Like, try to just work on you, be yourself, and just remember that being yourself can actually be really, really hard sometimes, especially if you've been taught to not know who you are. And we're not taught to know who we are. We're taught to be robots, essentially. Go from school in a uniform from 9 to 5 jobs. So remember that this is a part of the Aquarius age where we're trying to learn and unlearn who we are, okay? So I also feel like if you guys want to do a job that's very much out of your comfort zone, go for it. Holistic journalist or something like that. I don't know what a holistic journalist is, but that just came out my mouth. Something like a osteopath, or like a, I don't know, Kundalini rising therapist, sex therapist. something like that you're kind of scared to do. And remember, if you really love it, you're going to be really good at it. you know, obviously, of course, not everyone is good at everything they love, but most of the time, if you really enjoy something, you're pretty good at it, you know, most of the time. Okay, so we're going to look into your manifestations, love, and then career. Timestamps will be down below. Okie dokie, let's have a look at your general manifestations. Let's see what's going in for you guys, and let's see what's happening. Let's see what's happening for you guys. You guys are singers. I feel massive singers. You love to sing. A lot of you guys need to sing more as well. I'm getting like massive like jaw pain. A lot of you guys need to like speak your truth. You're learning to not hold on to resentment, not holding on to if you're needing to speak your truth, you're not holding it in anymore, you're basically like speaking it out. So we have the 12th house of secrets. Yes, that's literally what I was thinking of. It's that energy of like not holding things in anymore and not being afraid to basically speak your truth and tell people how you feel, because that's a really big deal, especially for empaths. We're always really scared of like, you know, telling people how we really feel, because we've been taught essentially to not do that, you know. So it's now time for you to bring yourself forward. We have Saturn, lovely. So Saturn is very much about that big energy, taking responsibility for your shit. That's not always a fun one, but it's definitely worth doing. Venus in the reverse, Luna, which is the moon, at number 2. Number 2 could be really significant, especially around relationships. So you could be manifesting a relationship to do with a Taurus. You could be manifesting more balance in your life, especially if you have Libra in your chart. You'll learn to balance that out. We have Libra here. So we have the 12th house, Saturn, Venus in the reverse, and the moon, and we have Taurus. So the fact that we have Taurus right at the end is basically showing you're going to get more grounded. Your life is going to become more stable, okay? I know you're going through a lot of turbulent emotional stuff right now. It could be yourself, it could be in your family, it could be in your home. It could be that you're going through a lot of kind of awakening around who you are, and it's really jarring. Remember, this is only temporary and it's not going to be forever. A lot of you guys have got a lot of food intolerances as well. This is affecting your tiredness. If you guys have a possible sugar addiction, that can really affect your tiredness. As somebody who's come off sugar, like honestly, it's life-changing. Like I literally thought, like, why am I tired literally all the time? Sugar is a massive thing. It really affects your tiredness. It literally dumbs you down. Like it's really bad. So it kind of gives you obviously that sugar high and that sugar low. So that can be really affecting you. Gluten and also alcohol. So just obviously be kind to yourself, guys. I'm not telling you what to eat and what not to eat, but if you feel like something's a bit off in your body, of course go to a doctor as well. But your health, in terms of what you eat, is effing important. It is so important, and doctors don't teach you that because they don't want to. They want to just give you drugs. So I'm like so honest in this reading. So okay, so what you're manifesting is clearer. You're feeling clearer. Things are becoming clearer. Not right now, but the next few weeks of watching this video, things will become much more clear. I'm seeing this opening, and we have the Saturn and the Venus energy, which is all about you guys moving into your heart chakra, using your heart to push you forward, using your heart to drive you. So your heart is extremely powerful, whether you're a feminine, a masculine, a male or female. You guys have such a big heart, and you guys have always led with your heart, unconditional love. You guys have really learned to push yourself forward and bring that in. We then have Luna, which is the moon. This is all about you guys acknowledging your emotions and letting them come through. So this is all about you guys getting clear on your boundaries in relationships, and also possibly manifesting a Taurus, manifesting that balance, also manifesting more stability within each part of your life, because Taurus is all about that stability. It is quite a slow sign though. They do take their time with things. So also it could have taken quite a long time for you to manifest something, but just remember that if it's Saturn, it may take a little bit longer, because Saturn takes their sweet time. Saturn is all about taking responsibility for ourselves, taking responsibility for things that we're avoiding. So the fact that you're working through this massive 12th house energy, you guys are going through a massive transformation. So don't be so hard on yourself. Remember, this is going to change very soon. Okay, I'm seeing earrings. I'm seeing like hoop earrings. I don't know why I'm seeing that. Maybe you guys are going to buy some new earrings. I feel like I'm hearing you guys need some new jewelry. Something like that. I don't know. If you're really thinking about changing up your look, that'll be really good for you. Some of you guys might be having a tattoo as well, because we have the Libra, which is all about beauty and kind of expressing yourself through your physical body. Let's see what's going on for group number 2. Career, my lovely group number 2. Group number 2. Group number 2. The Star. Hello. Love the energy. The Knight of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles. I don't know what. Literally, I don't even know. Okay. Two of Wands. I love that. The Magician. And the Eight of Pentacles. I feel like you guys need to have more fun. I feel like this is fun. This reading is fun. My readings are always fun, but I feel like I'm trying to bring in like more fun. Alright, yeah, the sun. Fun in the sun. Yeah, okay. I'm going to stop singing now. Alright, so we have the Ace of Cups. Yes, I love this. This is what you're working towards. This is what you're bringing in. So you guys have a massive amount of love coming towards you. Yay, that's really cool. So if you guys have been single for a long time, just remember that you literally don't have to manifest love right this second. And even if you don't manifest love right this second, it doesn't mean it's not coming, okay? So this is going to be relevant to everyone in every position. I'm going to try to kind of affirm to every single type of person, like single, in a relationship, whatever. So first of all, single, you guys have been really going through it in terms of joy. The joy's basically been sucked out of you. I feel like it's because you've been working too much or not been working enough and you want to work more. I feel like what's happening is you guys are making a massive life change, and this is going to affect your love life. So this life change is going to bring in somebody in the future, and I do feel like it could be a water or a fire sign. It could be an earth sign too, because I've got that Taurus energy. We then have the Magician with the Eight of Pentacles. You guys have what it takes to move yourself forward, so never feel like you're not doing enough in terms of your love life. Remember that you're doing the best that you can, and if you are kind of making moves forward, you're doing the right thing, okay? And in terms of love, I do feel like you might find your partner in a strange place. So it could be that you have wanted to change your career for quite a long time, you then change it, you then meet someone, or it could be like you go to a class and they're there, or it's kind of like you're eating at a restaurant and someone keeps staring at you and then they're your partner. You know, it's like, it's very random the way you possibly could meet somebody, but I think it's extremely, like, it's so fun because you're not putting pressure on yourself of how you're going to meet them. It's just going to come completely naturally, and that sun is really, really lovely. Okay, so we then have about, in terms of relationships, I feel like for you guys, I feel like you guys are doing a really good job. If you're in a relationship and you're really enjoying yourself, I feel like there's nothing really here that is a worry. I feel like for a lot of you guys, try not to put too much pressure on yourself, being like the perfect partner, just be yourself. I think you're learning how to be yourself as well, which is quite an interesting thing, especially if you have a Libra in your chart, because Libra is all about the other. It's all about caring for others, and you kind of forget about who you are. Those of you in like situationships or breakups right now, I feel like you guys have to focus on what you really enjoy and focus on every single day being different. So if you guys can make every day a little bit different for yourself, that would be really, really handy and helpful. And I feel like bring dancing into your life. That will really help you with any pain or suffering or any confusion that you're feeling. Okay, so I think that's it. Oh no, let's have a look at career now. Let's have a look at career. Okie dokie. So let's have a look at career. Let's see what's going on for you guys in terms of your career. So career, let's see what's going on. What's going on? Oh god, what's saying my? I'll just adjust my top. Sorry guys, if you just heard my stomach rumbling. I need some food. I need some food. Okay, so let's have a look at career for you guys. King of Pentacles. I mean, that is perfect. That is perfect. A lot of you guys definitely will meet someone through career if you're single. I have an itchy eye. Okay, we then have the Seven of Cups. The Universe. A lot of you guys are going to get given a really big opportunity, and it feels right. It feels like a lot of you guys are stepping into your creative accountability. A lot of you guys are really creative and you kind of push it down. And I feel like you guys really have been kind of putting off being creative. Okay, so yeah, I definitely feel like you're stepping into something new. A lot of you guys are definitely stepping into your creativity. This is actually a really big deal for you guys, because a lot of you guys have felt very insecure about doing a job that really makes you happy, because you're thinking that's not going to make me enough money. Remember that when you do something you love, the money will most likely come to you. And it sometimes takes quite a long time to figure out what you want to do. So don't put pressure on like the timing or anything like that. So I feel like it's really important to ask the universe for help. There is going to be a massive tower moment where it's going to feel very like your stagnancy is going to change. A lot of you guys have felt very, very stagnant, and it's going to be asking you to make a choice. I feel like a lot of you guys could be moving house as well. That could be affecting your career. I'm seeing for a lot of you guys, if you guys are single or you have like a partner, I'm just seeing your partner working from home. I'm seeing a man, obviously not everyone wants a man, but I'm just seeing specifically a man in an office, like in front of a computer, working from home. And I feel like that's really attractive to you. I feel like you want someone who is very like creative and wants their own business. And I feel like you're both probably going to work on that business together. So if you guys have ever wanted to collaborate with someone, I feel like collaborations are coming in as well. But I feel like there's a chance for you to, I think, mix things up, try something new in your career if you can. Especially if you're self-employed, I feel like there's a sense of needing to bring something new in. But remember, this will come from a download. This will come naturally for you as well. I also see with the Seven of Cups, there is much more choice than what you think there is. So it's all about your mindset, and it's all about you kind of taking yourself out of that fixed mindset, especially if you guys have a lot of fixed sign energy. It's all about you guys not trying to box things into this is this and this is this, because life is always changing, which can be very frustrating sometimes. But remember that taking breaks are equally as important as working. So thank you so much for watching group number 2. I really hope this helped you. My rates and my crystal shop is down below. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you have a lovely day, and I'll speak to you very soon. Bye. Hello, group number 3. Let's get started with your reading. So you guys chose this crystal and this card deck. So we have the quartz crystal. So this could be clear quartz or rose quartz, most likely clear quartz because this is clear on this card. What you need to know right now: manifestations, love and career. So we're going to look into all of those, and if you want the timestamps, they'll be all down below if you want a certain section like love or career. Okay, so quartz. When you find yourself believing the limitations your mind puts in front of you, call on quartz to help see you through illusions, clear the mind of self-doubt, surrender to the will of the universe, and start manifesting the impossible. This is really good for Geminis. I'm picking up for Cancers, Tauruses, Virgos and Aquariuses, and possibly Scorpios. Enhance your vision. So this is a really, really good crystal for manifestation. It's really good at you getting clear on your boundaries. So I really recommend you getting a massive chunk of clear quartz, or I sell clear quartz in my crystal kits as well if you guys are interested. So this is a really good crystal. It's easily programmable because it's a clear quartz. So because it's clear, you can basically program it to whatever crystal you want it to be. So if you put clear quartz next to rose quartz, it will basically enhance that rose quartz. Very, very good at that sort of thing. So because we have clear quartz, it's all about you guys getting clear on who you are. This is about you releasing any self-doubt around who you are and getting really clear on your boundaries, getting really clear on who you are. And this is all about you manifesting the impossible, about you feeling like there's no more limitations around what you want. I'm picking up on a lot of you guys want to do things like skating and things like that, but you might be like too old, or you want to do like singing, you think, oh, no one will like my singing. The feeling that you get around the self-doubt is what you'll basically learn to let go. And clear quartz, as I say, is all about getting clear on your needs. So this is all about you guys kind of making sure that you're focusing on the right track, and self-doubt is like out the window. Okay, so let's get you some cards. Let's have a look and see what cards we have from this deck. I just love the back of it. I think it's so pretty. So let's see what we have. We actually have clear quartz. Get crystal clear underneath. That's amazing. It would be funny if that one came out. Hematite, ground yourself. We have garnet, ignite your passion. I love garnet. Garnet's a gorgeous crystal. It's really good for those of you who just love a bit of like passion, like sexiness. Really, really good crystal for that. Oops. Smoky quartz, let it go. I love all these crystals. They're all very like simple ones. I sell all of these on my shop as well, if you guys are interested. And then we also have phantom quartz, embrace change. Oh, okay, so we then have lepidolite, recall your dreams. You guys are getting some really intense dreams recently. You could be getting a lot of confusing dreams that are really triggering. They could be about the past as well. There is a sense of Neptune. I don't know what's happening with Neptune, but it seems to be like really changing our dreams at the moment. There's a sense of like, oh, it's also Chiron as well at the point of filming this video. Chiron is ready to go retrograde, so that's gonna be fun. Literally every planet is going retrograde at the moment. Basically, it's getting us to be really kind of clear on our wounds. So Chiron is the wounded healer. It's about you guys kind of figuring out what is your wound and how to clear it. It's about trauma, it's about forgiveness, and it's all about acknowledging the past. And any sort of trauma that's been put on you, you guys are letting it go. So the Chiron is a really, really good kind of embodiment in your chart. If you look into what your Chiron is, have a look and see how you're resolving that, because I feel like for a lot of you guys, especially say if your Chiron is in like Libra or something, it's about you getting really clear on your relationships. And if there's any need for you to, like, you're pushing yourself down and making yourself smaller in relationships, this is going to be something that you're learning and something that's going to be really clear. I just love this energy. It feels like, I feel like you're going from like this small to this big. Like your energy is expanding like so much. I'm hearing the word massive. Massive energy is clearing for you, and I feel like because you've been diving deep recently, there's like a clearing out and scooping of like old crap. Like, this is so random, but I used to have a fish pond in my garden, and me and one of my family members literally had to step into this pond, which was like seriously deep, like 2 meters, and we had to literally fish out all this like fish crap from the bottom. And it wasn't fun, it was gross and it was disgusting. But first of all, you have to deal with getting out the water, getting out the fish, obviously getting the fish out first, and then getting out the water, then getting out all the gunk, and then like removing all of the pond and refilling it. That is basically what you're doing. It's like you've had this massive gap, this massive hole that has been never been able to really be fulfilled, because maybe when you were younger it was really tough for it to be fulfilled by others. Especially when you're younger, like having family members who don't support you is really, really tough, because when you're younger you're not really able to support yourself. You know, you're a child, and it's really important to acknowledge our childhood traumas, because they'll be with us for the rest of our lives if we don't actually acknowledge them and let them be there. So it's really important to acknowledge your inner child, and we have this energy of needing to ground yourself as well. A lot of you guys haven't been out in nature for a long time. Get out in nature, especially if you work from home, super important. A lot of you guys, because especially if you guys work like somewhere else, like an office or something, that is super important too. But I think we actually forget that if we've been out of the house, we think, oh, it's fine, you know, I've been in nature. But if it's like to a shop or to, like, I don't know, around me thought of a cathedral, like to another building, it's not the same as going out in nature. Like, we actually underestimate how amazing getting out in organic nature can be, because we are from organic nature. We are organic. We literally go back into the earth when we pass. So it's really important to connect back to your roots as well. And you may be actually connecting to your roots from in family as well. So I have so much to say. So you have Ignite Your Passion. Garnet is amazing for Libra placements. If you guys had Libra placements or air sign placements, it's beautiful, because it's so good at grounding you in what you really, really love. And it allows you to basically like concentrate on your own space instead of like being in everybody else's space. And kind of, it's not, I don't mean like being everybody's space as in like you're being like controlling. I mean like, if you're an empath, you suck up people's energy. That is what you'll learn to work on. Garnet is amazing for that. I actually sell a Libra bracelet with garnet. That's the reason why I have garnet, because I know for Libras this can be a really, really good crystal. But for those of you who are just suffering to kind of focus on your own body and your own self, this is a really good crystal to use. We then have Smoky Quartz, Let It Go. Smoky Quartz is such a good crystal for transmuting old energy, because it's a difference between, it's like that clear quartz and the, we have a lot of quartz. We have clear quartz, smoky, and phantom quartz. So the fact we have Smoky Quartz, it's all about you guys. It helps you to transmute and kind of like hold a lot of your kind of trauma, and it helps you to separate yourself from it instead of being consumed. So that's really good for you guys. And that Let It Go is so important. A lot of you guys have learned to really let go of a lot of hurt and trauma that's been put on you that wasn't your fault, and you're really learning to like understand it as well. That's kind of really important, is to understand our trauma and understand how it's really affected our lives, especially when we have negative self-talk. That's something that has possibly been put on us from childhood, because it's about you guys having this kind of rewriting pattern. If someone has been telling you when you were younger that you're not good enough, you're not doing enough, you know, like our love is conditional, or treating it like it's conditional, you will make it seem like in your mind that your love is conditional for yourself. So if you can recognize that that wasn't your fault and that wasn't you actually talking, and you can really try to let that go. So also we have Embrace Change. Embracing change is really hard, especially for my lovely fixed signs. I'm a fixed sign myself, so I know how that feels, but I do have a cardinal moon, so I understand like kind of the difference between it. And the fixed sign energy is very, very intense. It's very raw, it's very potent, but that is the reason why we have fixed signs, why we have cardinal, and why we have mutable, because we all have a different purpose. And for fixed signs, it's really important for you guys to embrace change. Not everything is black and white. There is a chance for there to be a lot more opportunities in between. So for a lot of you guys, you're learning to let go of change, let go of controlling change, let go of controlling exactly how things are meant to be. If you can try to relax and just try to be like just try to relax within your body. So if you feel yourself like tensing up, maybe just relax your shoulders right now as you're watching this video. Take a deep breath in, take a deep breath out, and just like relax your shoulders, relax your stomach, relax your chest, relax your legs. Obviously as long as you're sitting down, don't do this if you're standing up because you'll fall. But just try to like relax everything. Just relax like your neck, give it a little roll. This is all about you guys coming back into your body, and I feel like even as we've just done that, I feel like my body just kind of stilled for a little bit, and I feel like I'm even talking a little bit quieter. So there is this massive kind of like looking after yourself that's so important. And when we have change is when we're trying to control and like really hold on to it so tightly, what it does is it makes us much more anxious, it makes us much more confused, and it makes us, our head feels so muggy because we're trying to do so many things at once. We're trying to take responsibility for things that aren't our responsibility, and that is the hardest part about separating yourself from yourself sometimes, you know. And it's all about remembering that you're not responsible for everyone else. You're not responsible for what everyone else is doing. Okay, so let's have a look and see what else is coming for you guys, what else you need to know. I'm picking up on drums. I'm seeing like all these like tribal people, like men and women, like going boom 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 boom. I think some of you guys need to do something to do with the musical instrument, like get really connected to music. Some of you guys might be having back problems as well. Okay, so we have higher perspective. I think group number 1 had this. Look how gorgeous that is. I love the colours on this card, so pretty. So we have higher perspective. We have reclaim. This is in the is it in the reverse? I think no, it's in the upright. Okay, it's in the upright. So reclaim. We then have the warrior. We'll get a couple more as well. And let's see what else we have. We also have the observer. And let's get one more. Let's just get 2 more. We then have the sage and connect to heart. I love these cards, they're great. So we then have speak truth in the reverse. A lot of you guys, sorry guys, got really itchy nose. The spirit love to itch my nose. Such a fun time when I'm trying to do a reading. So the fact we have this speak truth in the reverse is the fact that okay, I have so many things to say. So we have the speak truth in the reverse. The fact that it's one in the reverse is the fact that you guys are really learning to speak out, speak your truth, speak really comfortably by speaking. Just like get comfortable with speaking about how you feel in that moment and talking about your emotions to people and not pushing them down. If people can't handle your emotions, then they're probably not the right people for you, okay? And we don't always get a choice, because if it's family, if we live with them, you know, it's not always comfortable. But if you can get really comfortable with just letting it out as it comes up and being brave enough to do that, like get past that uncomfortable clump or hump in the road, then once you're over it, smooth sailing. And once you get used to doing that, it doesn't become so difficult. Okay, and I burped. Clarification. So because we have speak truth as well, number 2 is that we have the almost like an ace of wands. So the ace of wands is showing me there's lots of opportunities when you start communicating your feelings, because the universe gets comfortable when you get comfortable. So when you start to get comfortable with who you are, it gets comfortable with giving you a lot more opportunities. So we're going to see what manifestations are coming towards you in just a moment, because we're going to have a look at that in one of the timestamps. Okay, so alright, so we have higher perspective, reclaim, the warrior, the observer, connect to heart, and the sage. So we have a lot of the cards. So I feel like because we have the card, this is all about your main character energy. This is all about you taking control of things, taking charge of things. And the higher perspective and reclaim, it's almost like you're reclaiming back your energy. A lot of you guys have felt very, very sad or possibly depressed over the last few months. And it's because we are figuring out who we are at our core, and we've kind of lost that over time. And I'm picking up on the letter H for some reason. Letter H, like higher perspective, like letter H, and it's in the word house as well. So a lot of you guys want to move house. We have the warrior and the observer as well. It's almost like you guys are going through that kind of phoenix rising from the ashes situation, and this is all about you guys kind of getting back your power. And it may take a little bit of time because it might not be the right time for you to move house, or it might be the right time for you to get a relationship. But this is all about you guys observing your power and kind of observing situations as they go along, because when something's a bit further away, it's easier to look at it and it's easier to observe it and not to be so consumed by it. So we then have connect to the heart and the sage. These two have like 2 objects in it. So there's a cross of like sage crossing over, and there's 2 dogs. So dogs are about loyalty, they're all about unconditional love. So you guys are learning to come back to your heart and not to worry about how things need to be controlled and just how things are going to happen. So connect to the heart is also about you guys finding a soulmate. I feel like a lot of you guys are wanting a soulmate. You're going to find a soulmate, and I feel like you're also going to find people who are your soulmate. So not just a relationship, it could be friends as well, who really connect to you. And also if you already have like a soulmate in your life, really take your time to really like say how much you love them and how much you appreciate them. I think they probably already know. If they're your soulmate, then you're probably very connected to them, but really give them like a I don't know, like a compliment or something like that, because I feel like there's this need to be more kind of vulnerable with each other, and I think that's a really powerful thing. And I feel like the more you connect to your heart, the more higher you're going to go up. And then we also have the sage, which I feel like is always about saging yourself. It's all about cleansing yourself and not being so restricted. Like with this, it's all about like you're crossing your heart and trying to protect it. That's also really good, but what's really important is being vulnerable is actually a precious thing. Like if we can really help each other out in little ways, even if it's just like helping out a stranger or whatever, people really appreciate that, and it makes the world so much better, because we really kind of focus on the more negative things and more on the hate, and it can really like put us down. Also, you could have been getting a dream about your wisdom teeth or teeth being falling out. That's just something I'm getting as well. And there's a need for you to really step up in your dreams. I feel like when you start actually stepping up in your dreams, you know you're stepping up in your real life. So we're going to get a lot of dreams because Chiron's going retrograde. So if you guys are really kind of getting a lot of dreams, really listen to them and try to remember what they're about, because it's all about you guys taking control. And if you guys are asking help from people, or you're specifically doing something that's like not what you have normally been able to do, that is amazing. Like that just shows you how much you've grown and how much you have ascended. I just love this warrior as well, because a lot of you guys have had to go through a lot of stress to do with other people and kind of getting yourself feeling comfortable. And remember that this stuff takes time and it's not just an overnight thing. Oops. Okay, so let's have a look into your general manifestations. Okay, so general manifestations, let's have a look for you guys, and then we're going to have a look for love and career. Okay, so let's have a look and see general manifestations. Let's go and have a look at those. Okay, so let's see, what are you guys manifesting? Some of you guys are going shopping soon. You're gonna have a really good time. That's what I picked up. Just saw you guys like having like loads of bags. Oh, we have the new moon. That's great. I love that. I got really excited then. So the new moon is all about new beginnings. It's all about a clean slate. So the fact that you guys chose a clear quartz and you got the new moon makes so much sense, because you're no longer holding on to things for validation. Okay, so you guys got Taurus. There's been a lot of Taurus placements coming up. Yeah, we have the 11th house, having so much fun, having fun with people, bringing in more friends. I'm seeing a lot of communication coming in as well, because we have the 3rd house. So you guys are going to be talking to a lot of people. I feel like new clients are coming in for you as well. People want what you have. People want what you have that other people don't have. So whatever that is, people are wanting that from you, especially if you are someone who's self-employed, or you're wanting to be self-employed. Remember, people want you because you're different. People want you for your services because that's what they want from you. So we also have Sagittarius and we have Capricorn. You could be meeting a Sagittarius or a Capricorn very soon. Somebody who's balanced, somebody who knows themselves. In fact, we have 2 earth signs. Just shows me that you guys are getting really grounded and getting really clear on your boundaries, because Capricorns are quite clear on their boundaries a lot of the time, especially if they're Capricorn rising, because they're very strong with who they are. And it can kind of go the other way where they're more egotistical, but we're focusing on the positive side. So we have Taurus, Sag and Capricorn. Sagittarius is all about exploration. So you guys are exploring much more of your world. You are starting to become much more confident, therefore you're going out more on your own, you're being more independent, and this is going to bring in much more people into your life, because they're radiating the same energy as you, they're reflecting that energy. We also have ambition. A lot of you guys are going to get so much newness in your career, like it's going to be really, really great. I feel like you just need to take a little step forward each time, and not to be so scared of taking that plunge. So going to that meeting, going to that interview, talking to that certain person about what they do to get you your foot in the door, you know. A foot in the door is such an old saying, I love it. But I feel like with the ambition card, because we have the 10th house of ambition and we have Capricorn, these 2 are ruled by each other. We have the 10th house is ruled by Capricorn, so the fact we have that is all about you guys tuning into your masculine energy, and you'll learn to push forward, because your 10th house is all about long-term goals. It's about your reputation. It's about masculine and men and your fatherhood and fatherhood and men. So the fact that we have that in your manifestation shows me you're going to manifest a really lovely masculine as well, and you're learning to embrace your masculine side, where you feel comfortable with asserting yourself, which is so great. That's so great. I love that. And I feel like you guys are really learning to express your intellectual side. The 3rd house is all about that Gemini, and we have the 11th house of Aquarius. So Aquariuses are amazing teachers. If you're an Aquarius and you're thinking I could be a teacher, go for it, because Aquarians are amazing teachers. It's because they always are very good at separating themselves from other people's emotions. So they're very good at observing and helping and assisting, also learning as well. They learn a lot through other people. And this is going to give you a really big chance for you to grow. So I feel like for you guys, you're going to learn a lot through your intellectual energy. And this energy of society as well is all about you guys meeting a lot of new people. So get prepared. You might be meeting a Taurus, Sag or Capricorn soon, or all three. There might be somebody who has all those signs. Alright, so let's look into love. So love life for you guys. Let's see what's going on. And let's see what you can look forward to. I'm picking up on someone building a house, or building like a fence around a house. So some of you guys might have neighbours who do a lot of like work on things. For some reason I'm just picking up like building. Some of you guys are going to actually build a family quite soon. If you're in a committed relationship, I'm very happy. I am seeing children, so if you guys, that's something you want, that's something you're going to get. Oh, I love this. Yeah, I'm very happy we had the 2 of cards. Woo, this is amazing. I love this card too, because she's like holding a singing bowl. That makes me very happy. I love singing bowls. I honestly am obsessed with them. The calcite ones are amazing, or the crystals ones, they're amazing. I did a singing bowl video on my channel. If you haven't checked it out already, please do. It's a root chakra one. Amazing and confident, and just listen to it for like 5 minutes. It's amazing. It's a very short video, but honestly it's very, very helpful. So you guys are learning to step into love more. You're learning to like speak about what you love and what you're interested in, instead of just like pushing it aside and thinking, oh, no one's gonna care. A lot of you guys definitely want to be teachers. We have this Ace of Swords, which is about you speaking your truth. We then have the King of Pentacles, which is that Taurus. I love this. This is all about working out so well with the other reading. We have the Queen of Swords and the Knight of Pentacles. So you could be an Aquarius with a Taurus, or air sign with an earth sign. But I also see this as you are somebody who has learned to work through a great deal of trauma around love, and there's going to be a new person who wants to kind of speak to you after you've gone through this trauma, or revisiting this trauma and letting it go for that smoky quartz. We then have the Queen of Wands, being brave enough to be assertive, to go after what you want, which is something not a lot of people can do, so that's really amazing. And I feel as if you guys are kind of journeying to what you're interested in. You're being guided to what you're interested in, and that's going to bring you towards another partner. I feel like this partner's going to come really randomly. Like, it's going to be like, oh, I feel so crap, like no one's ever going to love me, or whatever the negative thoughts are. It's going to randomly come. Like, when you're feeling probably the worst, most worst you've ever felt, it's just going to come in randomly. Not for everyone, but I feel like for a lot of you who are single, like, I just feel this massive weight is being lifted off you through this person, and they're going to really support you emotionally. And they're going to really help you to feel supported. So we then have the Knight of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles. This person is going to ground you, and you're going to be letting go of a lot of toxic people who haven't really served you or aren't serving you anymore. This is a lot of people that aren't able to really listen to you. These people are going to really listen to you, and they're going to be very present with you. They're going to like very much like look at you in the eyes and kind of like stare at you, and like really be very present with you, and kind of be very like, they're just going to listen to you. They're just going to really understand who you are and what you've gone through, and they both have gone through the same thing as well. I just feel like it's going to be somebody who's really stepping into your energy and is really comfortable with you as well, and you're really comfortable with them, and there's a sense of just complete and utter safety and like coddling. It feels really lovely. A lot of you guys are going to have babies with this person as well. If that's something you want, of course not everyone wants children. If you do want children, I'm hearing adoption as well. So if you guys aren't wanting to actually birth a child, or you're not able to, I do feel like adoption will be something that you maybe choose to do as well, especially if you can't physically have children as well. That's for my males as well. Yeah, that's what I'm feeling for love. So let's have a look at career for you guys. Okay, group number 3. Apologies for the audio. I'm so sorry. I don't know why the audio went wrong. It just completely malfunctioned. So hopefully we got it fixed now for your career section, but I'm sorry for the rest of the reading. It was probably really, really bad. But that's just what happens when there's so many planets in retrograde. So I really am sorry for that, but let's have a look at your career and let's just salvage this reading, and let's see what's going on for you guys within your career. Okay, group number 3, let's have a look and see. Let's see what's coming up for group number 3. Alrighty, so career group number 3. What's this one? 4 of Wands, lovely. You guys actually have more stability than what you think you do. There's a sense of choosing to focus on what you do have and not what you don't have. We then have the Queen of Swords. She's very empowered. She's like standing in her power here, which is really lovely. And then we have the 8 of Swords. Okay, so in terms of career, there's a lot of overthinking. There's a lot of kind of thinking about what you're not doing right. And there's a need to like focus on what you can do and how to sort it. The Devil and the Knight of Swords is that kind of energy of haunted by like your trauma or haunted by negative thoughts. And I feel like the more you just kind of take one step at a time and try to just really improve things as you go along, and not to be disappointed if things don't work out, just keep trying. That's kind of the main energy that I'm getting for you guys. We have a lot of swords and we have the Devil, and I feel like there's this big sense of a massive wisdom coming from what you're feeling. This does feel like a kind of uncomfortable situation. It doesn't feel ideal, but it does feel as if you guys have gone through a lot of trauma with your career. It could be that you're unemployed right now, or your client's supposed to be suffering, or you're suffering to get the income. And just remember that if you can collaborate with other people, that will really help. I also see collaborations coming towards you. If you want to try to do something creative, that will really help as well. That's not even to do with your career. Like if you do something that's really fun and happy and really great, I feel like that will really, really help you to just give you a bit more confidence with your career. Because it's almost like you're focusing too much on your career, that you're burning yourself out and you're not allowing yourself to have some freedom and just live your life without having career to kind of rule you. Because career isn't everything. We are not our career. You know, a career is what we love doing most of the time. It's like what we do. It's just what we are here to do. But a lot of the time, our life purpose gets kind of brushed under the rug. Like our actually looking after ourselves is really, really important. And I feel like with this Knight of Swords, it's like this guard at the gate. I feel like there's a lot of negative thoughts that are coming towards you, and I feel like it'll be really good to ask Archangel Michael to give you a bit of assistance with this situation, because I feel like he might be tethering a lot of old wounds, like kind of tethering, like cutting a lot of old cords. So if you feel kind of over attached to somebody, or if you feel like somebody's kind of taken over your life, or your energy is kind of being drained by someone, do some cord cutting. I think that will really, really help you, and it will help. It's connected to your career as well, because when we're not in the right headspace, if we've been affected by somebody else, it could have caused us to, you know, have lack in our career as well. And remember that your career will go up and down. You know, some days you'll have times where you hate it, some days you'll have days where you love it, and that's just normal, because we're up and down beings. You know, we're not just one straight line, otherwise life would be seriously boring. And we wouldn't be an organic being, because we're completely organic from the earth. So the Devil is all about you guys also kind of remembering that your career can be fun. So if you're doing a job that you really don't enjoy, and you really want to do something fun, or you get like a sense of jealousy, I actually feel like the Devil's actually, yeah, it makes a lot of sense. There's a lot of jealousy around seeing other people with a career that you would like to do. Remember, that jealousy is just showing that you want that as well. So it doesn't mean you can't do it. Everyone has a space in this world to do what they want to do. And that's why we have such big karma, because it's like it's trying to get us to push us into a place where we are wanting to be. I also feel like you're going to be doing really well by speaking about how you feel to somebody, really getting it out, and don't feel shame around like being unemployed or doing a job that you're not very happy with, or having days where you don't feel right. That's okay. That's completely normal. Life isn't meant to be one straight line. And the 7 of Swords has this kind of like lunar solar eclipse situation happening, like behind the sun. There's like the moon in front, the sun, I think the sun's behind the moon there. That's kind of showing me that something is wanting to be illuminated, but it's not ready yet. Okay, so I feel like around your career, you might actually get a sudden realization of a project you want to do, and that's coming in for you guys. And I feel like if you want to be your witchy self, be your witchy self. Whatever your self is, allow that to come through in a way that feels comfortable for you. And remember to have fun as well. Remember to have some fun. So thank you so much for watching group number 3. I'm so sorry about the audio. I'm really annoyed at my audio going down, because I really thought I had it sorted, and I do check my audio to make sure it's been recording, so I really hope it's okay. It will just be audio from my camera, and I'm sorry if you can hear my fan going off. I have my fan on at the moment as well to keep me cool because it's friggin' hot in here. But I hope you're doing okay. Thank you so much for watching this video. Private reading rates are down below, and also my crystal shop is down below as well. So I hope you have a lovely day, and I'll speak to you very, very soon. Bye. Hello, group number 4. Thank you so much for being here. Let's get started with your reading. So you guys chose the beautiful citrine crystal. So those of you who wanted to choose from the crystal, you wanted to choose via the deck. This is one of the other crystal oracle cards. So let's see what's going on for you guys. So citrine, I love citrine, it's such a beautiful crystal. So manifest your masterpiece. Anyone with a big idea or a big dream, probably you. Wherever you set intentions, place some citrine in your pocket each morning makes an energetic statement like greatness is out there and I'm coming for it. When it's time to really get on your grind and start creating the tomorrow of your dreams today, manifest your masterpiece. So it says here, a must-have for wannabe makers of art, how noble, and money, how gorgeous. I don't know what that says. Citrine is a pale gold to smoky brown quartz. Those candy yellow citrines you find at shops are actually heat-treated amethyst, which is another beast altogether. So I feel like for you guys, citrine is a really good crystal for your manifestations. It allows you to have more ideas. It's very good if you guys especially are fixed signs. It allows you to kind of just have a little bit more room with thinking, or you're somebody who's like a perfectionist, or somebody who, you know, nothing bad with a perfectionist by the way. If you kind of think like a perfectionist, or you're somebody who thinks in kind of like a straight line, this can be really, really good. It helps things to not be so blocked in. So citrine is also about your solar plexus. It is all about you guys having much more willpower and confidence to make a change in what you want to do. What you need to know right now is all about kind of bringing in more joy and happiness into your life. I feel like it's really understated about joy. Like a lot of us forget to bring in joy into our lives and forget to kind of bring in happiness, and I feel like it can come from many different forms, and a lot of the times is joy can come from, you know, being by ourselves. It doesn't have to be around other people. So if you, especially if you guys are suffering in your relationships or suffering in friendships and you don't really have a lot of people to talk to, explore yourself, explore what you want to do. Go out on a date by yourself, do something by yourself. I know it's very kind of overrated, but it's actually really important to do stuff by ourselves because it can really be so empowering and encouraging because we're being really independent, but it's also, it can allow us to kind of do whatever we want or go wherever we want because there's no like person kind of quote unquote tying us down or telling us where to go or what to do. So citrine, as I say, is all about your solar plexus, so you might be working on your solar plexus right now. I also hope the audio is okay. Group number 3's audio literally just disappeared. I have no idea what happened. It really frustrated me, so I hope this is okay. I hope the audio is okay on this one. If you came from group number 3, thank you for being patient with your audio. Honestly guys, oh god, that's my perfectionist coming out. I'm a photographer, so I have to have everything like perfect. So okay, so prenite, release and declutter heart chakra. You have a lot of heart chakra stuff going on. You have jade, good luck, heart chakra. You have detoxifying bloodstone heart chakra with the sacral and the root, and then we also have the prenite, release and declutter. So I love these crystal cards. These are one of my first crystal cards that I bought. It gives me such nostalgia. So the fact we have the heart chakra underneath, it's really important, I'm hearing, to look underneath the deck, which is funny that I'm saying that because I feel like this is literally about you guys looking underneath the deck of like who you are, like looking underneath the deck of your body, your life, and just giving it a little bit of a clean. So if you have anything you need to declutter or you need to change, definitely do that. I feel like there's a sense of like having therapy as well and clearing out your internal combustion engine, I'm hearing, your internal like emotions. But also with this energy, it's all about clearing out things that no longer serve you or no longer need to be there. Malachite and prenite are extremely powerful crystals. Prenite is the softer one, but malachite is really intense. It's very much about clearing that energy. We have so much heart chakra. We have malachite, prenite, jade and bloodstone, and they're all green, which makes sense because they're all about the heart chakra. So that's really interesting. So there's a massive pull for you to get honest with how you're feeling about yourself, and I feel like there's a need for you to give more love to yourself. And if you have perfectionistic tendencies, there can be a real deep need for love to come in, because love comes in many different forms. But if you can give it to yourself while you're kind of giving yourself a hard time, and try to like separate yourself from that energy, because it's really important to give yourself a break. So we then have the crown chakra with the moonstone and moon cycles. This is all about your third eye and your crown. This is listening to yourself. So I love moonstone. It's one of my favourite crystals. I know I say it all the time, but moonstone honestly is my favourite crystal. I wear it all the time. You'll see me wearing this in my videos a lot. I sell this on my shop. I did remove the star because I do have a microphone near me a lot and you'll hear it rattling a lot. So I removed the star from it, but I love this necklace. It's one of my faves. This is all about you guys coming into your feminine power, and if you guys are masculine, same thing, you know, we all have masculine and feminine energies, but it's all about you listening to your hormonal changes and ups and downs and also regulating them. So if you need some moonstone in your life, 100% get it. I really recommend it. It's really good for bloating and emotional changes, hormones, menstrual cycles, and things like that basically. So I also feel like it's good for menopause as well if you guys are going through menopause. So selenite, peace, crown chakra. Oh, also good for teenagers as well. If you know a teenager or if you are a teenager, it's good for that too because of your hormones regulating a lot and puberty. And if you're very sensitive, you'll most likely go through a rough time. I'm sorry, it's just sometimes people go through that when they're an empath. So bodily changes is going to be a really big thing for you. What I felt really dizzy then. So that's all to do with your crown chakra. It could be if you guys do a lot of emotional work, make sure to clear yourself through some incense and kind of sorry if I keep touching the microphone, I need to like adjust my top, and drink a lot of water. You might be a little bit dehydrated as well. So selenite and bloodstone is all about detoxifying. Selenite's really good at cleansing, so I always have like a selenite wand to just cleanse myself. That's really helpful. I'm hearing never underestimate the power of cleansing yourself. That's like a really important thing to do. Bloodstone, detoxifying root, heart and sacral chakras. A lot of you guys are letting go of kind of the way people have expressed themselves to you. So say if you've had like really negative encounters with people, you're letting that go, a lot of it, you're letting go of a lot of the burdens. And with the heart and sacral chakra being there, it's a really important aspect of your sense of self-worth, because your heart is all about you expressing yourself, but your sacral is very much about how you how confident you are and how you take accountability for things. And if those two are really connected, it really allows you to feel this like sexy, gorgeous, empowered energy and feel really, really good. And the selenite's really important. I sell a detoxifying kit on my shop, so I highly recommend that. I include like a selenite wand and stuff with it, just there if you guys need it as well. I just feel like a lot of you guys are giving yourself, learn to give yourself permission for things that you can't control, and give yourself permission to kind of work on like what you can't control, and like not trying to put yourself down if you can't control it or can't sort something out. All right, so remember, life isn't perfect. Like, it doesn't have to be perfect, okay? Life is just meant to be lived. Okay, let's get you some more cards. I'm also going to be looking into your manifestations, love and career. So if you guys want to have a look at the timestamps down below, manifestations, love and career will be all different timestamps. So if you want to look at those separately, then of course go do that. Or just watch the whole thing. So boundaries. Oh girl, a lot of you are Virgos. A lot of you are Virgos. Wow. This is really important. A lot of you guys are such perfectionists. You care so much about how people see you, how people feel about you. And you're very creative, which this can be such a gorgeous outlet for you. Oh, I love this. This group is so different. I love this group. Really, really different. So you guys, I feel very clear about your energy. Your energy is very, very clear. You have such an earthy, gentle energy. Earthy and watery, it feels like Virgo and like Cancer kind of mixed together. It feels like this clear, like, I heard volcano, that's not the right one. Kind of like a clear waterfall, because you know waterfalls are kind of like a combination of like earth and water. That's that energy coming through. I feel like you're learning to connect with your self-love. And then we also have the explorer. So what's happening is part of you wants to just explore something new, but you're scared of what the outcome might be. And remember, if you want to try something new, just frigging go for it. I feel like that's really important. So what's going to help you to feel more confident is moving your body and being creative. So creativity comes in many different forms. It doesn't have to be artwork or anything like that. It can be sexual creativity, because this energy of the flower like coming out and then we have the wings, that's very sexual, I feel. So I feel like it's embracing your sexual side, like really wearing things that you want to wear, not just because it makes you comfortable, like wearing things you really want to wear, make you feel really attractive. And also doing things that make you feel really, really happy. So whatever that is, whether that's writing, running, dancing, golf, I just heard golf randomly, whatever it is, just keep doing more of that and keep milking it for what it is, because the more you kind of milk that, the more you're kind of allowing this like safety and comfortability for yourself. So we also have boundaries. Boundaries are so important, okay, especially for my empaths. I know it's so hard to put down boundaries. I know that. Girl, I've been there. It's fucking hard because we're basically taught to not do that, especially if you're taught to kind of take care of everyone else and not take care of yourself. It's going to be even harder. So the more you can kind of step into your boundaries by really telling people like, no, I don't accept that, or give me some more time. The more you do that, the more easier it is to express yourself. So boundaries can be really, really hard, and don't be so hard on yourself if it is hard to set boundaries, because especially as empaths, it is so difficult because you can feel the energy of other people and you take that on. So even if you don't even realise, you might be a highly sensitive as well. There's different types of like names for it. So boundaries with this, it's so cute, a little armadillo. I think it's an armadillo. It's really cute. He's like curled up in a little ball and he's kind of like holding the crystals for himself. This is all about you guys kind of feeling safe. This is about your root chakra. So feeling safe. I did a root chakra healing, sound healing on my channel. So if you guys want to check that out, please feel free to. If you're not even a sound healing gal, you're not really into sound healing, I still recommend it because it's only a short video and honestly it really, really helps, more subconsciously than anything, because it's just that lovely energy of just like structure and comfort and safety. I just feel like you haven't been supported enough and you're now learning to support yourself, and boundaries are really important, especially if people cross your boundaries, you'll really learn to like step into them. And then we have manifest and self-love. The more you move your body, the more you get creative, because you have movement as well. The more you get creative around like moving your body in different ways. Sometimes you have to force yourself to move your body because we can get very lazy and comfortable. And sometimes if we're very like stuck in our ways or we're fixed signs, it can be really easy to just not even do anything because it's more comfortable to sit still than move our bodies, because sometimes we're scared, or what if it doesn't work out, what if I hurt myself, whatever. Just let yourself do that. And I feel like manifest and self-love are really connected. Like all of these are just one big clump of connectedness. It's almost like the more you have more boundaries, the more creative you can be, because you have more like freedom. Moving your body, you're going to get creative by moving your body, because movement is so sexy. Like it's such a sexy energy. It's like just sacral energy. Then you're able to manifest more because you're able to really be in the flow of your energy of your life. And then we have self-love, which is all about embracing your emotions, taking responsibility for how you're reacting to people, apologizing or asking for an apology. And I don't mean like in more intense way, like you have to apologize to me. It's like I genuinely want an apology, and like letting that come through. That's really, really important. And self-love is all about embracing all sides of you, not just the perfectionist side, or the side of you that like comes out into the world, or the work side of you, or the relationship side of you. All parts of you have all different sides, and remember to give love to each individual part of you, because we're not just one person or one thing. You know, we are a multi-dimensional, multifaceted being. Okay, so let's have a look at your manifestations and let's see what you guys are manifesting. Okay, manifestations, let's see what's going on. All right, let's see. We have, oh guys, this reading is so synchronistic. We have the first house, the self, in the reverse. We have the 12th house in the reverse. We have the moon upright. We have Capricorn, Sagittarius, Taurus, 3rd house, and society. We then have lunar eclipse. So you guys are getting very, very clear on who you are, and it's allowing so much more manifestations to come through. A lot of you guys are changing up your look. You could be getting new clothes, you could be arranging your clothes, you could be possibly gaining weight, losing weight, something like that. Of course, I mean that in the most positive light as well. And you're also transforming a lot of your emotions. You could be connecting to a Capricorn, Sagittarius, or Taurus. You could also be having a lot more fun. You're allowing a lot more fun to come in towards you. Sorry, I just moved my leg. And then we have the society card and intellect. So a lot of you guys are going to be in a lot of groups, a lot of clubs where you are able to speak your truth, and you're bringing in a lot of balance in your connections. So you're going to bring in some people who are really like you. You're manifesting societal people who just are on your wavelength. You're able to have really good debates with them. You're able to really express yourself with them. And also we have the 1st and the 12th house. This is a massive, massive clearing for you. What you're manifesting is a brand new part of you that's more confident, that's more structured, and is more able to regulate emotions without getting overwhelmed. So I also feel like because you're doing this, there's a massive sense of confidence that's coming up for you, and I feel like you're stepping into something you really enjoy. and I feel like you're bringing in more joy, and you're actually being you have really strong boundaries around what your joy is. So say if you've been doing a lot for other people and they're still kind of wanting a lot from you, you're saying, no, I'm going to focus on myself today. I'm going to do a lot more for myself, and I'm going to basically allow more time for myself so I can be myself and I can refill my cup. And that's really, really important. The 12th house is also about karma, dreams. It's ruled by Pisces. So the fact we have the 1st house of Aries and the 12th house of Pisces, this is you beginning something new. And the 12th house is all about endings, closures, spirituality. So a lot of you guys could be going for a big transformation in terms of your spirituality. And this is allowing you to step up into your power, which is great. And I also feel like a lot of you guys could be buying crystals for like the first time, and you're like, oh my God, I'm so excited. And it's just this sense of like getting excited about your spirituality or religion or whatever it is that you attain to. We also have Luna, which is the moon. This is about you seeing things more clearly and kind of allowing yourself to regulate your emotions more easier. And this is something that you're manifesting quite easily. It feels quite nice. I also feel like a lot of you guys could be having therapy, could be really looking after how you're cleansing your aura as well. A lot of good spiritual maintenance. And I also feel like with Capricorn, Sag and Taurus, you're getting much more confident with doing things by yourself and kind of changing your routine up without being scared of the change. Okay, so let's have a look at love for you guys. Okay, so love life. Let's see. So love life for group number 4, please. I'm hearing get ready for change. Get ready for change. It's coming, guys. Ooh, it feels good. I feel like this massive sense of structure is being lifted. It might be when Saturn goes out of retrograde. That will be really good for you guys. Manifesting much more like comfortability, feeling much more comfortable in your body. That's great. You're also, because you guys possibly have a body insecurity or you're kind of scared of sharing your body, you're going to learn to be more comfortable with sharing your body with another person, I feel. And it's not going to be a problem here. It's not a problem anymore. The Hanged Man. You guys have been waiting a very long time for your relationships. 4 of Pentacles. Death card. That's really important. That's that 12th house energy I was talking about in your manifestations. If you haven't watched it already, have a look at it. It's very important, I feel. Page of Cups. You guys are ready for a new relationship very soon. I'm picking up like springtime for you guys. Next spring, or if you're in spring when you're watching this video, it's ready for you. You're getting massive amounts of genuine, authentic energy coming towards you. And I feel like you're giving your heart out as well. I'm hearing don't be afraid to make the moves forward. Don't be afraid to ask somebody out if you want to ask them out. Even if you get let down, it doesn't matter that it's the wrong time or whatever. It's just the fact that you've actually put yourself out there. Really powerful, you know, especially if you're a female. That can be really hard. King of Cups. Lovely. So it's really interesting. We have this very intense 2 of Swords that's like very almost like deathly. And then that's actually next to the Death card, funnily enough. And then we have the King of Cups. So it's almost like you've been feeling like you're never going to kind of attract someone, and then they just kind of come in straight away. And then we have the 6 of Wands. Things start to feel much more flourishing. You might meet them around a family gathering. I'm picking up that your family or parts of your family are very kind of like food orientated, very kind of like, I'm picking up on like a Greek, almost Greek culture. Of course not everyone's gonna be Greek, but I'm picking up on that like whole kind of food, like really into your like big spreads of food and things like that. And if you don't have a big family or you kind of don't really connect to your family, this is you making another family for yourself when you're a bit older or a little bit in the future. You could be creating a new family for yourself. So right now, massive death process around your old ways of thinking and old ways of being in a relationship. No more suppressing who you are to be loved. No more suppressing your authentic nature to be loved and to be accepted. You don't have to do that. You're going to attract unconditional love. So you're going to manifest somebody who is right for you. Somebody who listens to you. Somebody who's also been doing the transformational work. So they're going through stuff themselves. And I feel like you guys are learning to walk away from somebody who's giving you half a cup, okay? With the Temperance card, this is about you spreading your wings and allowing yourself to be vulnerable. A lot of you guys, if you're in relationships, you guys are learning to get closer to each other, and you'll learn to kind of do like hobbies together and possibly starting a business together. The 4 of Swords is a lot of deep thinking, a lot of thinking about who you are and who you want to be. And I feel as if this is really giving you a chance right now when you're single, if you are single. It's giving you a real big chance for you to do things that you've always wanted to do. And this is all about you guys like stepping into your power and like saying no and saying yes when you need to. I do feel as if you guys are manifesting a really lovely partnership in the future. I feel around 6 months to 8 months time, or around springtime. Of course, time is going to be so random for everyone. This is a general reading, but I do feel a lot of you guys are going to meet somebody who has their heart on their sleeve and then loves you for who you are, and is just so loving and just so genuine and really wants to listen to you for everything you have to say, and really like understands all the things you've gone through and is so supportive, is always there for you, and it's just a genuine lovely partner. I just love this. Those of you who are going through breakups or going through separation, just remember this is going to be a process. It's going to take a little bit of time, but remember that if you need to slow down, do that. If you need to take some time for yourself, do that. But remember to talk your feelings out. If you're somebody who talks your feelings out, do that. Also, I'm picking up on like Reiki or energy therapy to align yourself, or chakra alignment will be really good for you. So I sell a crystal, a chakra set on my shop. It's not to promote myself, but I do sell it because it's really, really helpful to align your chakras. You just put a crystal in each individual chakra. It really helps you to align. It's almost like free therapy basically. And I really feel like that's going to help you guys. I'm just seeing you guys like sitting on your throne and really just making the decision for yourself, whatever that is, but massive amount of gorgeousness. I love this, guys. So let's have a look into your career. Okay, so let's have a look into your career, guys. Let's see what's going on for your career for group number 4. Let's see. I'm hearing an ice cream van in my mind. Very funny if an ice cream van came down my road right now. It'd be so funny. Oops. Okay, so let's have a look at career. So I'm hearing on the road again. I don't know what that is. I'm hearing hit the road, Jack, as well. Maybe you're like, I'm hearing deleting somebody from your life who's to do with career. Could be like an old partner, an old work partnership. It could be a group of people you're trying to like really straighten out, especially if you're a boss. You'll learn to like really step into your power and be like, nope, I'm not having it anymore. Because I'm hearing the reputation of the company been really suffering. A lot of your structures have been changed. A lot of you guys have become self-employed or unemployed recently, and it's beginning to really change up your way of thinking around career, like what you expect and what you want from a career. So let's get a couple more. I feel like you're going through a massive change and you're being asked to ask the universe about what you really want. The 10 of Wands and the Sun is all about having more fun in the Sun. And I also felt like because you have that 10 of Wands right next to the Sun, that is extremely powerful. You are making a really big decision to let go of something. We then have the 10 of Pentacles and the Devil. Real big need for you to create a new structure for yourself. So remember, life isn't always like the same all the time. So if you want to change something in your career, don't be afraid to do that. I feel like I'm picking up some of you guys are buying a swivelly chair for an office. I'm also picking up, if you've had enough of the bullshit, like try to walk away from the situation, because the universe is asking you what you really, really want at the heart of the situation. And I also feel like there might be a little bit of manipulation in your workplace. Don't listen to it. It's all people are just so conflicting at the moment. So remember, that's going to pass and you're stepping into your own self. I feel like a lot of you are going to become self-employed. We have the Knight of Cups, journeying out on your own, doing something you really, really love. I'm picking up on festivals. Some of you guys might work at a festival or might work for a festival like company. I'm also seeing with the Devil and the Six of Pentacles, if you can sit in this uncomfortable conflict for a while just to kind of figure out if there's anything that you can do about it, I'd highly recommend that. I'm also hearing like talk to HR or someone higher above you so you can get this situation sorted out. I feel like this is something you can easily sort out, but it may take a little bit longer. It might actually involve like a little bit of like law coming into it. It might involve like going to court about something. But I feel like if you are dealing with something really, really intense and uncomfortable, remember this is a process and it's teaching you to stand in your power and stand your ground. We have the Knight of Pentacles as well. Don't be afraid to ask for help, especially from masculine, especially if you're a female. Ask masculine help as well. I feel like you need that energy coming in, but it's also getting you to channel your own masculine energy and allowing you to step forward into your own power and what you want. Don't be afraid to ask for help. Don't be afraid to ask for assistance, and don't be afraid to bring in any new people into your career or your corporation or career or work life or whatever it is, your community of work. Don't be afraid to ask for assistance or help in any sort of situation or thing you need to do. So I also felt the last thing is you're going to get a lot of divine wisdom when you open your heart. So if there's somebody who needs help, don't be afraid to ask, don't be afraid to help them. But also there's a thing about like helping others, like you're kind of like the person on the horse, like the steed, like really being that person who helps others. So I feel like you could go into a career where you help a lot of people, but I also feel like you might be saving somebody from a situation. So thank you so much, group number 4. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I really hope it helped you, and thank you so much for being here. If you guys would like a private reading, all my information is down below for that. And also, if you guys would like to check out my crystal shop, please do. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for being here, and I hope you watched the whole thing. If you did, let me know. That's amazing. It was very in-depth, so I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much, and I'll speak to you very, very soon. Bye.